everybody. I've had some really great comments coming through, all kinds of comments, and there's some really good psychic development questions. And one of the questions that I've received, I'm gonna put it under the umbrella of, for those people who struggle to actually have psychic sight. So when you are wanting to develop your psychic ability and all you see is black, I want to give you some tips on how to actually start to develop seeing more than just black, okay? So I teach people all the time how to start to see. And the best way to get started is through your emotions, through feeling things. So instead of seeing black, just accept that it's black, right? And now wait and experience black and experience what is in the black. And you can experience it by extending what is energetic hands through the black and touching around. It doesn't matter if you feel anything or not, you're receiving information inside yourself. And that information is going to reveal more to you. So once you start to feel around, you can also sense how do you feel inside, as in, do you feel sad? Do you feel happy? Do you feel confused? Are memories coming up to the surface times when? The more that you investigate in the dark, the more you're going to be able to see. So believe it or not, I'm somebody who I don't need to see anything to see everything. So I'm not a huge advocate. You don't have to have clairvoyance to see like a clairvoyant person. You can be a blind psychic and see everything, just like a blind human being. They have these extraordinary senses. They can see without eyes. It's incredible. And a psychic can see without eyes too, because we have other senses that become so extraordinary that you might as well say that you have eyes. So if I go into someone's energy field, sometimes it can be just nothing there to see other than so many things to feel. I feel like I've been sitting at a desk for a really long time and I'm so tired and I can't stop looking at the clock. So as I talk through what I'm feeling, I'm already starting to visualize a person sitting at a desk and there's a clock in its full vivid detail. And I didn't have to see that. I just had to feel it and then come into my imagination. It just sort of appears there. It starts to create images of something that I'm familiar with, something that I've seen before. So if you have a hard time visualizing, try this, okay? Try, instead of I see, try I feel. I feel like I am experiencing being underwater and holding my breath. Now, if you were to say that, close your eyes and say, I'm experiencing the feeling of being underwater and holding my breath. Now, what comes to you if you close your eyes and say that? Do you feel like the water is warm or the water is cold? Do you feel like it's a dark night or it's a sunny day? Do you feel like you're in the middle of the ocean or inside of a pool? Do you see how you're starting to pick up on details that you never even asked the questions? They're just in the experience, right? And the experience is the whole thing, the bigger picture. It doesn't matter what it looks like because you're already putting it together based on all the experience of it all of it. So let's come up with another one. So if you were to close your eyes and then just say, okay, this is another practice. It's not about what you see. It's about what you experience here. And the experience is part of what you feel about it. So let's say, okay, I'm standing in a dark room. What is the first thing that you experience about the temperature of the room? All right. I'm standing in a dark room and it reminds me of being really cold in the winter, or I feel nothing. The air feels just completely like there's nothing in the air. Okay. Now I want you to experience yourself holding a torch. Can you experience the torch in your hands? Are you starting to see yellow and orange? Are you starting to see what is like brown wood? And are you experiencing that in your hands? Doesn't matter what you see out there. Just notice the torch now is in your hands. Doesn't matter the temperature anymore. We're just doing this one thing. You're going to start to notice that you can see more than you're giving yourself the You're giving yourself room or credit. So the only block then is yourself, not allowing you to experience your psychic ability and your psychic sight through your other senses. Okay, let's come up with one more, all right? You're sitting in a car, and instantaneously, your eyes are closed. Okay, I'm sitting in a car. What do you experience? What color are the seats? Leather, cloth. What type of car is it? Is it like 1920s? Is it futuristic car? Is it floating in the sky? Is it on the ground? Is it for some reason parked by the beach or in a forest? So you're going to suddenly have information, and you didn't see it. You just chose to experience yourself sitting in a car, and all these details then appeared. You didn't put them there. They're meant to be there. They appeared there because it's exactly the medicine. It's exactly the wisdom. It's exactly the car that you need right now. And it's everything that you, it's in the message. The message is a part of everything. So the car that you experience, start describing it. What color is it? Does it have the top off? Is it a junkyard car? Is it in the garage? And I guarantee when you start to describe it, hurry up, go. Don't waste any time. Just start to experience it. Okay, I'm experiencing a car. It's a stick shift. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. There's nobody else in the car with me. Just start talking about the details that come to you instantaneously about this car. Okay? Now, you can even drive the car if you want to. And you don't have to see it to participate in the experience, okay? So now there's a key in the ignition. I'm turning the key. I hear the car is turning on. Okay, hands on the wheel. I'm using the stick shift. I'm coming out of there. And you don't have to go through the process. You're just experiencing yourself driving a car. And it can be very, very fast. Or it could be very, very slow, whichever pace you want to go in an energy world. It could have happened yesterday, Like it could be really fast or it could be really slow. But by doing these little activities, these little fun activities with yourself, you can manifest the experience that now you're seeing, you're participating in, you're feeling it, you're touching it, and all your psychic senses are just completely opening up. And you got to practice, though, too. You can't just try it once. You got to keep trying it. And you got to just go with what comes to you. And look for as many ideas as you could think of. Okay, is it a sunny day? Is it a night sky? Is there somebody standing behind me? Am I on the street? Am I in a forest? So you just like, hurry. What's the next thing? And just keep going with what comes. And don't ask, well, I'm not sure. Don't wait. Don't second guess yourself. That's letting your mind get in the way here. You got to work on intuition and instinct. So you just go with it, okay? That should help for those who are trying to see, okay? Feel. Just feel. Experience. And don't delay. Like, see if you can come up with a bunch of information without just holding yourself back and overthinking it, trying to figure it out. Don't do that. Just start with something familiar to you and let yourself describe all the little details that surround that moment. And I guarantee you're going to start to see colors and people and things. And you're going to say, well, of course I can because these are familiar to me. Are you sure, though? Have you ever actually seen a car that looks just like that? Have you ever actually seen a cubicle that looks just like that? Have you ever actually been in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, and then experience it just like that? So what comes to you isn't exactly like what you've seen in your life. It's something like it, something familiar. But you'll notice there's a lot more details in there that you didn't expect if you choose to look for them by experiencing the space, okay? Because the energy world is an infinite space, full of all kinds of stuff ready for you to experience, and everything that comes through is exactly what you need. Is teaching you about yourself, is teaching you about the person that you're exploring psychically, okay? And it's always correct, always, especially when it's in the heart, and you're not just thinking of ideas. You're actually going with something that feels right to you, that feels beautiful, that feels like love to you, okay? All right, hope this helps. Thank you guys for watching, and thanks for your feedback and comments, and have a great day.